Welcome back to The Express at the Richmond Museum. Their current exhibit, Sustainability, puts the emphasis on ability. But you know what? Nobody has to tell that to Langley's Ernie Kasper. He had to learn to walk and talk and jump again after suffering a stroke. And now he's running just because he can.
I had to learn to run, walk, jump, stand, and talk again. A, B, C, D, E, F. Just after the stroke, I started having shaking on one side. I was dizzy. I couldn't walk properly. Everything is different to you. You know, also hearing people is different. It's almost like you're stuck in a different country, a different language, and you didn't know it. So words get garbled, and so you get frustrated because you think you know what's being said, but really you're not.
Here I am in White Rock, just starting to do the 7 miles, and I met some awesome people, and it was really encouraging. So
I want to accomplish this 7 miles in 70 cities, and by doing that I want to inspire stroke survivors. I want to inspire people who are just suffering from illness. So for me that's very important, to let people know that if I can do it, they can do it, and there's always hope.
So here I am at the beginning of the run, and I just went down there to the boxing club and checked them out. And anyways, I'm off, doing some more jogging, and I'm going to enjoy every bit.
70 times 7. So 7 miles in 70 cities. So far I ran 9 cities. I've done White Rock, Abbotsford, Qualicum, I've done Maple Ridge, and I've done Vancouver, Harrison, Port Kells.
I'm just going to be going all the way around Stanley Park, and then I'm going to go to Lagoon, and then I'm going to finish off there, and I'm going to do 7 miles. So,
well, first I was just running for myself, you know. Started off with 1 kilometer, and then just went to 2, 3, 10, 15. Once I got to 30 kilometers and then 35, I started thinking, you know, what am I doing? I should be doing this for something. I set one more personal goal for 40 kilometers, and then at that point I came up with the idea of running the 70 times 7, and felt like, you know, I should inspire people instead of just running all the time. You know, maybe I should post this on YouTube and get the word out and let people know that there's hope after a stroke.
Always the beginning is always the hardest, in my opinion. It's just getting your body going, getting the blood going, and ignoring all the pain that you have. Once your brain gets used to it, then you're able to just keep on going. Finished. Another city down.
70 by 7, that's 7 miles in 70 cities. Way to go, Ernie. And you can follow him on his Facebook page, Way of the Dove. And he's not the only one who's busy making the most of every moment. You know that old saying, idle hands are the devil's playthings? Well, Squamish artist Lisa Elbertsen has no fear of falling into that old cliche.
They're always moving, and they're always dirty.
Busy hands. Artist Lisa Elbertsen suffers from this motion hunger syndrome, something she treats daily with crochet and other times pottery, as in today's case.
I'm looking for different types of ferns that'll work on clay, not too big, not too small, and just getting a wide variety.
Lisa takes her ferns into her newly built Sunny Days design studio in Squamish. Busy hands are helpful when inlaying the ferns quickly.
Hopefully they won't wilt, so try to use them within the first 4 or 5 hours, and pressing them into the clay and getting each individual leaf so that you can see each leaf properly after the clay is fired and glazed.
There is no pottery wheel at Lisa's studio. This Squamish resident prefers to rely on her 10 digits.
With the hand building, I really enjoy it. I love the process, I love the feel, more of a rustic look versus the round look that comes off of the wheel.
But before her new studio was built, working with clay wasn't an option in the winter months. Her busy hands sought relief outside of the plummeting temperatures of her original garage studio.
During the winter months, it was just way too cold, just being out in the garage. So I had to do something with my hands, and I can't just sit in front of the TV and not do anything. So I taught myself how to crochet.
Along with wool and a hook, Lisa also picked up the book of Crocheting for Dummies. It wasn't her first choice.
My mother is a fantastic crocheter and knitter, and as a child she tried to teach me, and I just had no interest and I just couldn't pick it up. And you know, my mid-30s, I thought, I really need to do this. And my mother's now 4,500 kilometers away, and she's not exactly next door to teach me.
It must have been in her blood, because Lisa started creating works of art, including her crochet felted purses, as cute as her pottery-made buttons.
Initially with crochet, especially when I told my husband I was teaching myself how to crochet, he was thinking, oh, the whole house is going to be covered with doilies. And you can do anything with yarn. You can make clothing, sweaters, accessories, bags, slippers, you name it.
Lisa appreciates the convenience crocheting affords. She keeps busy at doctor's offices, in her car, or when taking in the view of the Squamish Chief in her own backyard.
Pottery takes a lot more setup, whereas crochet you can have in your bag and pull out, do it for 5 minutes, put it away.
A quick, accessible fix that results in plenty of goods to sell at local stores, farmers markets, and craft fairs.
It has to be something that's unique, but also something that people will use. I don't want something to sit on the shelf, collect dust, or sit in a closet. I want people to touch it, feel it, use it, and wear it out.
Whether crochet or pottery, it's not surprising Lisa is all about creating hands-on art. Busy hands wouldn't have it any other way. From Squamish, I'm Nicole Fitzgerald for Shaw TV.
Lisa's bags and pottery are available at Stockholm Design and Decor in Squamish or at Etsy online. You're watching The Express, and we're talking history and healthy eats coming up.
After the break,
Yucatan has an incredible amount of pyramids from the Mayan culture.
escapes archaeological exploration.
Tuna and watermelon, amazing.
Farm folk, city folks, gourmet get-together. The Express, this is your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio, loungehairstudio.com.
Welcome back to The Express at the Richmond Museum. Their current exhibit looks at how the city of Richmond aims to be a leader in sustainability. And it also uses the museum's collection to tell that story, the past, the present, and where we're going for the future. And we're also looking to the past with today's Escapes destinations to a country that has over 29,000 archaeological sites spanning hundreds of years.
Escapes.ca Destinations is sponsored in part by Sunwing Vacations. Experience the difference.
Want to go on an adventure? Let me take you there. From the beaches of Mexico to the bright lights of Sin City, I'll give you an insider's look on where to eat, play, and stay from the expats and the experts. All this without ever leaving our own backyard. Your best tour guide is within reach. I'm Mona Mansour, and this is Escapes.ca Destinations.
Today we're continuing our journey through Mexico, learning about its people, places, and food with one Vancouver Mexican here at Fiesta Mexico. Hola, Jorge!
Hola, Mana. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so excited to experience Fiesta Mexico with you.
Fantastic. I'm so glad to show you my culture.
Awesome. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
So, Jorge, we can't go to Fiesta Mexico and not try some authentic Mexican dishes. I have to know what your favorite dish is.
My favorite dishes, I would say, are two from two different parts of Mexico. One is from the state of Yucatan, and that is cochinita pibil.
Cochinita pibil.
Cochinita pibil.
Okay, I'm going to butcher that. All right. And what is that?
Cochinita means little pig, I
Little
guess.
pig?
And pibil,
Okay.
I have no idea how it translates. But pibil is basically the sauce that the cochinita is made with, and it's a very delicious sauce, and it's pulled pork, basically.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The other one is mole negro from Oaxaca.
Mole negro.
Yes, mole negro. Mole is like a, I don't know if you've heard of this, but mole is like a sauce that resembles curry. Yes.
Wow, it's all making me so hungry. Shall we go get some food?
Let's do it.
Arturo's Mexico to Go is a great, quick way to sample authentic Mexican food on the go.
Sauce we make every single day. We cook everything daily. And I hope the people of Vancouver appreciate it, and I think they like it.
Wow. These look fantastic, these nopalitos. So this is a cactus, it's cut up, it's grilled.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. So Jorge, what part of Mexico are you from?
I'm from Mexico City, one of the biggest cities in the world.
So what would you say is your favorite aspect of Mexico City that people should visit or know about?
I would say one of the things that is very unique about Mexico City is that the city sits on top of a lake.
Oh my gosh, really?
The city was built on top of a lake. So Mexico has wonderful artisans and artists that are constantly creating all kinds of crafts and arts and pieces. And the Zapotec people work with wood to create these pieces. They all have a lot of symbolism. So there's all these drawings within these animals have specific symbols to their culture and to their spirituality.
What are some of your favorite vacation spots that you'd like to frequent?
I would say go to a place called Yucatan. So that's a state in the peninsula of Mexico. It borders with the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico. Yucatan has an incredible amount of pyramids from the Mayan culture.
Wow.
So you have all these beautiful archaeological sites.
Is there some aspects of the culture that you'd like to share that people may not know about?
Yeah. First thing would be that we don't really eat burritos.
Really?
In Mexico. That's a North American invention. But, you know, more seriously, I think that a really important aspect to remember about Mexican culture is that it's a very multicultural society.
I'm not doing it right. Jorge, I've had an amazing time here at Fiesta Mexico with you. Thank you for sharing your culture and teaching us a little bit about your country.
Now for your travel tip of the week.
Mexico is much more than beach resorts. There's a lot of things to do in Mexico. For example, we have 29,000 archaeological sites. 31 of those are World Heritage by UNESCO.
Escapes.ca Destinations was sponsored in part by Sunwing Vacations. Experience the difference.
Mexico has more UNESCO World Heritage sites than any other country in the Americas. I've only made it to Tulum so far, but I tell you, it was beautiful. Now up next on The Express, we're taking an escape a little closer to home. Good for You, Good for the Earth is celebrating this year's harvest at Feast of Fields.
FarmFolkCityFolk.ca, Good for You, Good for Our Earth, is brought to you by Farm Folk City Folk.
Hi, I'm Lori, and I'm here to share with you my passion for nutritious food and sustainable living. We'll see if these foods meet my dietitian's stamp of approval, and why these foods are not only good for you, but also good for our Earth. We're in Langley at Krause Berry Farms, taking part in the Feast of Fields fundraiser, an annual event that brings together city folk and farm folk to celebrate the season's beautiful bounty.
We've got Okanagan watermelon with albacore tuna that we've crusted with slick spice, a little bit of yuzu, cucumber, and watermelon pearls.
Tuna and watermelon, amazing.
We have a Schramm lemonade with Schramm vodka made from organic Pemberton potatoes. And then we have fresh lemons, limes, lots of fresh Krause blackberries, and then a ton of ice.
Today I have a tequila-cured sockeye salmon, last of the season. We have a tsukamono of local heirloom vegetables. And we're from Go Fish. We got a bunch of tequila to put on top of it at the end as well.
All right, this is from Go Fish. What do you think?
On a hot day like this, it's pretty nice, especially if you're into the 100-mile diet type idea.
So I know that you're vegetarian. Are you having any trouble finding vegetarian eats here today?
No trouble at all. We've only covered just a small part of the property, but there's plenty to eat, especially if you have a sweet tooth.
So you get to cover all the meat, she gets to cover all the vegetables, and you both get to drink all the wine.
We're a killer team.
Have you been to Feast of Fields before?
I have. I missed the last 2 or 3, but it is quite remarkable and unique, as you can tell. It's probably the best true celebration of local food.
We're making peanut butter and jelly pizzas right now. Isn't that fun? So, what do you think of the pizza?
It's great.
Would you have ever thought that you could make peanut butter and jelly taste that good?
I would have never thought that. If I could bring this to my lunch every day, I would.
Came to try another glass of this because it's fantastic. It tastes like chocolate, and on a sunny day, it's awesome.
It's called Valley Trail Chestnut Ale. We use roasted chestnuts and caramel malt, so it's nice and creamy, and it's got a little bit of caramel, some smoky attributes, and some vanilla.
Cheers. We caught up with Krause Berry Farm owners, Alf and Sandy Krause, and asked them how they were chosen to host this year's Feast of Field event.
Well, we've been to a number of these Feasts of Fields, and then we were able to last year go to Bremner's, and we put our name in and said, hey, we think we have an area where we could do an event like this, and we put that forward, and they accepted it, and that was a great move.
I know they sold out at 1,000 tickets and a couple hundred volunteers, so there's a lot of people here today, and they seem to really be enjoying it.
I know there is some conversations always about GMO and what's involved. As far as I know, there's no fresh corn that is sold that is GMO. I know 100% ours isn't. It's only in corn and soybean in the commercial sense of large industry where they use it. On local fresh farms, it's not there.
Not only is Krause Berry Farms hosting today's event, they have a store whose smell will make your mouth water before you even walk through the door. Their bakery makes breads daily right from scratch, and you can pick up their homemade jams, jellies, and fillings made right from their own berry patch. For Shaw TV, I'm Lori, and this has been Good for You and Good for Our Earth.
FarmFolkCityFolk.ca, good for you, good for our earth, has been brought to you by Farmfolk City Folk.
Krause Berry Farms is pretty much busy year-round. They've got pumpkins right up until Thanksgiving, and then they gear up again at Christmas with treats and decor. You're watching The Express, and it's time now for our spotlight on other local events. Register a team to fundraise and bowl in the 10th annual Friends of We Care Bowling Challenge. The funds raised will help send children with disabilities to Easter Seals summer camps in BC. Just in time for the spooky season. Chill to the sometimes gruesome but always thrilling story of the historical character of Judge Dee, the Tang Dynasty's Sherlock Holmes. Raise funds for underprivileged kids across Greater Vancouver to access arts, culture, sports, and recreation. There'll be 14 golf and spa activities, silent and live auctions, a full-course dinner, and more. And for ideas and information on the little things that we can do every day to make a big difference in the world, check out Sustainability here at the Richmond Museum. It runs until December. Now that's it for today's Express. We're going to leave you with a look at a new exhibit at the Museum of Anthropology. I'm Johanna Ward, and we'll see you next time.